G'day my friends, Marty here from Marty's Garden, and I've got an absolutely massive day ahead of me. I've got to head up the coast and pick up Karin. I'm actually really excited because I've been missing her, and also I'm going to bake this. So you're probably wondering, how am I going to do that all in one day? Well, I got up extra early and I soaked these for a little while and then cooked them in here until they're nearly done. So all I've done is basically brought them to boil and they've just been sitting in this hot pan.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me, 1 so she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy.
Hi, Karin.
Don't even try to understand.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy. Well, I'm standing on the corner.
So welcome again to my kitchen. I picked up Karin. We're rushing around today. The crazy thing is that Bobby got out in between all this madness and we had to run around and chase him. Luckily we got him back because Karin was in tears. So we're back into the video now, and I was going to take the camera out and look for him, but we found him nice and easily. I was going to use the 100 times zoom to see if we could zoom him in the trees, but Karin's whistling just got him down in no time. Now I'm just going to remove this out of the way because that was for harvesting the fresh greens. Now the fresh greens that I'm using, I've just got some parsley here, some kangkong, and I've got my actual garlic chives here, which I'm going to be using and replacing garlic instead. And then we've got a clove of garlic as well that we're going to be putting into this meal. Now I've decided to make it into more of a baked pie sort of thing, so I'm feeling like a bit of that phyllo pastry. So I'm just going to chop this up. I just get into it. I don't really care about it being all pretty and everything like that. I just chop it all up. This is really more for the nutritional side of things. It'll get things really, a lot of nourishment into these lentils and into these potatoes. I'll get some flavour out of the parsley and out of the spring onions. The kangkong doesn't have a lot of flavour, but it'll suck in the other flavour and provide a lot of the nutrition as well. Now the main flavour base is going to be the basil, and we've also got some potato in there, which gives that nice texture. Now the potato is sweet potato and just the normal spuds. And we've got 3 to 1, so 2 potatoes to about half the size of another 1 sweet potato. We've got 3 to 1, so 2 potatoes to about half the size of another 1 sweet potato. I've got the greens in there, the basil, the favourite. We've got the sweet potato, the normal potato, all mixed in. And now I'm actually going to add in a bit more flavour base, the tomato paste. And this is the first time Karin and me have used 2 cameras on the shoot. So, we might make a couple of mistakes here and there in this video, but hopefully we're going to make them better and better and better, because we're going to get the garlic on the roll, the old masher gets off, tomatoes done. So I just like to get that out of the way there, and then I crush it to get all the oils out. I like to get this as small as possible. If you want it really garlicky, add 2 cloves. Now we're just making enough for a pie for about 4 people, and I've used half a pack of lentils, which is a 370 pack of lentils, and then the greens from the garden, the basil for the freshness flavour, the garlic. Oh, this is great stuff. Just beautiful. And yeah, we're going to get this into the pie now. So in we go. I better just mix it up a bit more in case that garlic's just not through it enough. And normally you can make it in layers as well. So you can add the potato last and put the potato as a top layer. That's a really nice way to do it. And if you want to do it a bit sort of Mexican-y, yeah, just add with this one. All you got to do is add some Mexican spices, and you've got exactly the same meal, but just more of a flavour for Mexican. You can make it into balls, add some breadcrumbs, bake it, fry it. You can make it into so many different things, this mix. But we've decided to make a pie this time. You can even make the bake, which we were originally going to do, where you sort of shape it all up into a bread loaf and then bake it that way and cover it with a bit of olive oil. So that's ready to go now. We're going to get this into the pie. Now this is going to last us for ages. Like, we're going to have at least 4 meals, or maybe even more out of this. It's ended up being much bigger than I thought. But I'm not going to use this whole dish here because I need to fold up the ends and then still cover it at the top. And I want it to bake nice and evenly as well, because we just want this flavour through. Even though the potato and the lentils are pretty much cooked, the spices and things in there aren't cooked, and that flavour hasn't gone through. So you could actually let this sit in the fridge overnight and sort of let it marinate in all the spices and everything like that. Now, one thing that I'd like to do here is I'm just going to get this salt and just give a little bit of a salt over the top. Now this is that herb salt that I made the other day. It was a parsley and herb salt, one of my homestead salts, and I'm into those. Now, I did salt the actual potato beforehand, but I hadn't salted the lentils at all. So now I'm just going to get the last sheet. We'll cover this over a little bit, like this. Oh, yum. This is looking good. You can see it on the camera, look. It's getting nice and yummy there, isn't it? Karin's doing a great job on the camera. We don't need all that pastry. That's just too much pastry for us. Especially I'm trying to keep my cholesterol down. And, you know, these pastries and things, they got butter and stuff and that in them, then that's going to make the cholesterol my cholesterol a bit higher, because this is pretty much a vegetarian meal. And it's, well, you could almost say that, well, just dropped the lid on there. We're just going to put a bit of olive oil on, and boom. This could be a vegan meal as well, because there's no eggs in it. It's just pretty much a vegetarian meal, but jam-packed, full of flavour, stuff from the garden, easy things to find. You can make it a bit better shape than me. You can put some little things on top if you want to bake it. Then we put it in the oven for about an hour at 200 degrees Celsius. And boom, we're away to go. Try the pie yet?
Yeah.
How's it taste?
Nice.